It's just preparing. It's getting ready.
Hey, Stacy.
And we're there. Okay, so now I'm just going to come back into here. And we're live. And then I'm just going to put that so we're recording as well. And I'm going to keep an eye on anyone else coming in. So there we go. Well, just as soon as we said that, we get another joiner. There we go. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to our live. It's really lovely that you could all join us today. I'm Helen Craven, and then over there, just waving now, is Kathy Milanowski.
Hi, guys.
And so,
Hello.
and so Kathy and I have, I tell you what, I think it hasn't been called. Right, now we've got it. So what we thought we would do today is Kathy and I have been working together for 2 years now. I've been on the LRMT program, which is the Licensed Reiki Master Teacher Program, with the International Center for Reiki Training, which many of you have heard about, that William Rand set up. And it has grown and it has its own programs now that are very comprehensive. So this that I'm on has led me to really lean in and go much deeper into my Reiki practicing work, along with, a lot of guidance. So on that program, we receive a mentor, and we also get a lot more guidance. We also sit through the energy many more times, and Holy Fire really does encourage us to expand and to continue to work on ourselves and evolve. So that's a really powerful thing that you can know about the Holy Fire Reiki Master Program with the ICRT. So when you're looking for Reiki, it's a lovely thing when you see that, because you know that we are all working on ourselves to deep levels. So this is something that Kathy is my mentor in that program. So Kathy joined the program in 2018, or at least that's when you first signed up, wasn't it, as an LRMT,
Yeah.
Kathy? Kathy's over in the
For my
States.
training. Yep.
Yeah, so she's very near to William in that way. And then I'm over here in the UK. So it makes it for fun for us to schedule and do things together. And it means that often we are working with technology, and I've learned a lot through this program, through how to manage my technology and stay connected to as many people as possible, all those who are wanting to join and share. So today we've been doing these series between us since I've been on the program, just to sort of help share a little bit of what's going on, to share a little bit of the Holy Fire Reiki experiences that sort of always bring in beautiful energy of the moment. And so today it's my turn to do the talking. And so we each kind of work out where our focus is going to be. And mine was very much guided towards the idea of how do we bring in balance, and how has being a Holy Fire Reiki master helped me to find more balance in my life. So that's me, and I'm going to give you an insight into that. I'll just let Kathy say hi and say anything else she wants to add to all that before I get started.
Well, hello, everybody. It's good to see everybody. There's some faces I know and some faces that I do not know. So that's pretty exciting to me. I love to learn. And as a Reiki master, we learn, and how we learn is I've noticed, to be vulnerable, to be open, right? To absorb all those things. And I know Reiki, we are going to talk about it more, but Reiki really helped me through that process to be the person who I am. So I'm really excited. I love working with Helen. I've just adored her. She's strong. She is focused, and she is brave, And this LMRT program, what I love about it so very much is the connection to other teachers. It's for people that want to teach Reiki. They love to teach Reiki. They might be doing other things too, but they love to teach Reiki. And it's great to be in a group, in a community that everybody has that common goal, is to teach Reiki, is to spread the Reiki light, and to be the best teacher they can be. And we have all these references and things like that really, really, really help us through that process. So, and I think Helen will agree with me, when you go into that program, the Licensed Teacher Program, it's expansion. you really start expanding. And even if it's a little difficult at times, that's why you have a mentor teacher to help you out. You know, we do Reiki sessions, we do this, we talk about things, and it's really to empower the person, you know, the person that we're mentoring, you know, to have them lifted and expanded, because expansion is the one thing that our physical bodies sometimes limit us, right? We get limited by those kind of things. And when we get Reiki or give ourselves Reiki, we kind of vibrate at a higher frequency, right? We all feel a little good most of the time. We high, and so all the denseness in our bodies is still there, but it's starting to clear it out and purify it out. So we see a different perspective because our body's vibrating a different way, you know, after a radiant treatment. And it just kind of helps us. So that's a little bit. I've been in the program for quite a long time. I'm a senior mentor teacher, and I started Reiki in 2013. So it hasn't been very long. It's been about 14 years, and I love every moment. It's helped me through my life. It's been challenging. It's been challenging in the first year and a half to give myself Reiki every single day. And then after that, magic started happening. And then I decided that I wanted to go into this program. And so that's a little bit about me. Thanks, Helen.
Thanks, Kathy. That was really fun. And what I really loved, and that is such a classic line of the Reiki Master journey, is when you said, well, I became Reiki Master in 2013, so it's not really been that long. And that is exactly the point, because I actually went, the year Kathy joined the LRMT program is the year I became a Reiki Master myself. And I thought, at the time, I didn't know much about Reiki. I mean, obviously, I thought I knew what I knew, but I didn't know how much I still needed to learn. And I still feel that way. But, you know, when I became a Reiki master, that was just literally the very beginning. And I remember 3 years in when I thought I'd learned so much and I was really starting to expand and I was seeing so much more, because the Reiki really opens up your field to the possibilities and the potentials. You start to understand more and learn more about yourself and your journey, your path and your purpose. And, you know, I went, as I regularly did, I'd always seek out to continue to receive Reiki for myself so that I could get that external perspective. And then later, oh, well, you know, and I had this through several different people were saying, gosh, no, you've not been on for long. And I was thinking, God, it feels like I've been on for ages. And, you know, that is the journey of it. We actually always feel like beginners. And that's a really powerful approach to help to hold the humility that enables us to channel more and more of the light. So having that curiosity is a really important part of being a Reiki master. And again, I cannot express sincerely enough how much the Reiki guides me. And today, around balance, you know, the first thing it started to do for me was to go in and show me where my imbalances were. And it did it so gently, because the Holy Fire has a wonderful anesthetizing effect that helps you to see things at the way that you can see it and at the pace that you can cope. Although, you know, it can still feel incredibly challenging when those kind of awakenings come to us. But for me, it certainly was. But one of the things that came through was the imbalance between my masculine and feminine aspects within. So often when we're talking about finding balance with Reiki, we often talk about this kind of balance of between career and this and that, all these external things. And we let our focus be on finding balance in the external. But actually, Reiki led me to understand more about it's my internal balance that was so important. And actually, the external is largely irrelevant, other than kind of like a screen that reflects to you where you have what you have manifested by being out of balance. So really, that only informs what you need to know for moving forward, rather than being, you know, where you need to have your attention focused, because the internal journey is the one which actually transforms us. And so what I found was that my own energy, I'd been working very much in my masculine, which is very common for many of us as women in this lifetime, because the masculine energy is the predominant one, and all of our systems are built around the sort of more masculine side of things, where we work in logic, and that bring that into everything that we're doing. And actually, our feminine and the masculine also brings in quite a, it's on its wounded side, can bring in quite a bit of fight energy and a need to power and drive and force. And, that can be incredibly important at times. But really, when we are looking at what a healed society looks like, firstly, there needs to be a balance of that. And also, the other thing is that the thing that Reiki showed me most is that really, the feminine aspect, which is where we are all in this room at the moment, but it relates to men also, is that the feminine aspect of ourselves is the nurturing, loving mother, as well as the other aspects of feminine, which can be fierce and frightening. But the point is, she always acts from a place of love. So her no's are still a very clear, loving no. It might look quite fierce, but it's always got the heart open. And the way that's been shown for me is that often some of our no's in life, and we kind of can only learn this through discernment and through traveling our very own unique journeys, some of our no's can come from a place of fear. So like we notice we're not meant to be doing something. We receive that guidance and we're like, oh yeah, that feels bad. I've got that now. But actually the no that we show up with could be from a place of, oh no, I'm afraid now. And the fear actually creates us to step into our masculine and actually be quite cutting. And actually that just propagates more of that energy. So the bit that's Reiki has helped me with is to work out how to form a loving no. And that's something that Kathy's very good at. So that's one way that she's helped me with. And Reiki itself has done that too, by helping me to see inside myself, my own, be able to look out, observe through the mists a little bit more, see the smoke that's around things, so that I can feel my way through without getting caught up in what other people's reality of something looks like. And that, of course, is what we do in Reiki sessions with people too. But the thing that I noticed a lot is that my masculine side also had a strong need to feel that it was having to do something in order to get where it needed to go. So it's very striving energy and holding on to things so tight, like trying to climb up the rope, and trying to get where the Reiki was guiding me, where I felt guided, but still like not fully trusting, somehow almost needing to work hard at things. So believing that things only come to you if you work hard, and that my list of to-do things, I carried it quite like a backpack, quite heavily. And so that can actually hamper our progress. But the feminine aspect is much more relaxed, so the flow comes in. So I have become much more flowing in my energy, thanks to healing and becoming aware of those two aspects, and bringing love from my feminine to my masculine to help that side to step back and to allow my body to inform my practice rather than my head. So that's been one really important thing. And that, by the way, like I can absolutely admit that still is happening. Even with this latest time where we've just moved through lunar and we've been doing a lot more with this changing of season into the more where we're harvesting some of our beautiful energy that we've been putting out there and receiving, and been working through to kind of allow ourselves gratitude, which helps. It's very attractive energy when we allow gratitude to be our armor, and love. So love and gratitude are deeply attractive. And this is the feminine. Then when we really allow our hearts to open, we attract all the things that we're trying to reach us. But when we're trying to fight to reach those things, we're actually blocking them from getting to us. So even in this time, I found myself just this morning just having to go and be with the earth again, just to recalibrate that internal system, to allow myself just to be and allow the stuff that's wanting to come through just to come and be in flow. Because again, when you're on this LRMT path and you're shown where you're going and you get this strong sense of what you're doing in the service, it's still very easily possible to get caught up in the doingness of being in that role. So we're all somewhere on that journey in the roles that we are living. And, you know, that doesn't necessarily have to be with Reiki. I mean, that can show up in my role as a mother, in my role as a wife, which again, that's a whole, so each one of those has its very own distinctive flavor and understanding that I've come to with it. And they're all very much akin to me. And they will each be personalized to each of us. And that's why it's important that we take autonomy. And that's the thing that's so important with the Holy Fire Reiki, is that Kathy and I within the system are taught every day how much we need to get out of the way and let the Reiki do the energy work. And then we simply are the conduit and the eyes on the ground, the one that the work we do on ourselves helps us to just be grounded in the flow of it and feel that, rather than in any way directing it or judging it or trying to help somebody to see it. It's just like, yeah, you just be to help that hold the presence of being, which is what the animals, trees, plants, and flowers all do so magnificently on their own. And we all know that, because I know everybody that we speak to these days understands the value in nature connection and working with animals. So it's all about coherence in our hearts and being able to allow that coherence to flow through our body within our own system, so that others can connect with that coherence and feel that for themselves too. So as we each progress on our journey, and you're all on divine and unique journeys yourself, many of you Reiki masters already with years of experience of your own. So these are just my senses on it. And some of those I will have learnt from you, like Julie there, who's sitting in the quiet background there, you know, Reiki master since I was 14 years old, and very much one of, you know, the front runners up there with William, who was just channeling, bringing it in and seeing what you did with Reiki on the planet at that time. So every one of us has our own unique journey in the way we show up with that and how it guides us. So the thing that we're going to do today, and I'm going to pass you over to Kathy in a minute, and she's just going to add any of her own beautiful detail on that. But then what I was guided to go into is we'll have a Reiki experience, which the beginning is somewhat shown as our way of connecting each of us with those aspects within ourselves that are ready to open and receive healing. And then we'll be connected to a holy love experience, which is one of the holy fire experiences that really helps us to experience the depth of pure unconditional love in every cell of our body, within our soul. It expresses that on our soul through lifetimes where we may not have been able to feel that, and also within this lifetime where we may have learned to show up in our masculine when our feminine was really needing to, was really wanting us to hear her, and to heal those parts of us that want to bring that inner balance into something that means we can receive. So the receiving and allowance energy, but of course we'll surrender it all completely for each of us to what the holy love brings in, because we'll all be somewhere perfectly on that journey. So that's what we've got to look forward to. But meanwhile, I'm just going to hand over to Kathy for her to give you her reflections on this topic.
Hi guys. I just want to point out a couple things with Helen. I really loved your talk, Helen. Really beautiful. You know, first of all, We even get a symbol that helps us with this masculine and feminine energy. If you're thinking about the head and the heart, you know, that empowerment. And we all know what it is that one that's in balance that helps your mind and your heart to come together, right? The mental emotional symbol. So I won't say what its name is on here because everybody can hear it, but you have that. And in all honesty, when I was a Reiki practitioner, when I first started, the mental emotional symbol was hard for me, not to draw it, to feel it. I'm a feeler, so I'm a big heart person, and to feel that energy to come in, because my mind and my heart was arguing with each other all the time, completely. And a lot of people in my mind, I'm kind of like the opposite of people. Of my mind's very strong, but my heart center's stronger. And I relied on my heart center to teach me. So I trust my heart center a little more than my head, a little opposite than a lot of people. My husband, he's a scientist. He trusts his head more than his heart, you know, and it's all good, but we need to bring that harmony in. We need to be able to decipher with our minds what is okay and what is not okay. Same thing with our heart, that heart intelligence, that empathic intelligence that we get, and to work on it and to trust it. Because when we work in our heart centers, we are vulnerable. Really, if we really work on our heart centers and we even add Reiki to it, our heart starts to soften, right? That beautiful flower of our heart starts to soften and starts to open up, so it's able to communicate even deeper with you and work with you even deeper. And in that process, we have to be vulnerable in different stages. And most of us, we've learned throughout society, we don't want to open our hearts up. So here we are, is that culturally created things that we're learning since a little child, we have to break and soften and trust. And that process, I've noticed with a lot of people, it's a little bit more difficult than they want to say, and through that, but this is a great journey for each Reiki practitioner to work with Reiki on their hearts and on their mind. So one is not a redhead stepchild, either the brain or the heart, and you have this connection that is fighting with each other, saying, "Do not listen to your heart. No, no, no. You got hurt too many times." It's the brain saying, "Well, it's my job to protect you, so don't listen to the heart," and it does all these different things for you. This is a great time to give yourself the mental emotional symbol. Add Holy Fire to it to pump it up, to work with it. And maybe the first day doesn't work real well, but continue to do that. And you continue to work with it. I mean, you do have time. We all have time. That's how I realized. I always tell my students that it took me a year and a half for self Reiki every single day to really see the effects it did. Wow, that's a year and a half, Kathy. I want it like that. It's good now. It only took me a year and a half. A year and a half will go by so fast. And everybody's different. You could be 2 months, you could be 2 days, you could be 3 years, whatever it is, but you will feel that switch and that deep connection, that you get the trust, that the vibrations coming through and telling you, hey, your lungs are having distress, or your belly's having distress, and it tells you different things that you're able to work on. But you need to be open. You need to be vulnerable. If you notice, Reiki goes right to your heart most of the time. At first, it connects with you. There's we could talk hours why that happens. But with these two things, I really loved how Helen wanted to do the male and female aspect of things, because we do have both of those energies in us. And so we want to make sure, what does Reiki do for us? It gives us harmony. It harmonizes us in different layers and different ways for us to be the best authentic person we can be. And we have to work with these energies. And sometimes I let my brain go and let it say, I need to do this. I need to bring up that energy and dig that garden. And I need to tell my muscles to do this. And my heart's going, oh, well, we could just have some tea now and just relax and ask the boys to do it. You know what I mean? But you're like, no, this is good for my body. I'm going to do this. Boom, boom, boom. So there's different times, and you get emotionally aware of different things, of what you need. but you have to be vulnerable and be open. So that's all I want to say. I think Helen did a great job. I'm honored to be here with Helen and all you guys and get this wonderful, wonderful Holy Love experience. Actually, last night I have a meditation once a month and actually did this one. I did Holy Love number 2, for everybody. So that was kind of neat. So I can't wait to receive again. So thank you. Thank you, guys. And if you guys ever have any questions, let us know. You could write on the chat or afterwards you could ask questions. Okay. Thanks, Helen.
Yay. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, that's brilliant. Really helpful. A really nice little reflection and some good examples there of how it can be as well. So thank you for that. I'm just gonna check where I'm at on here a minute, just because I'm losing my. There we go.
Oh, can you mute me, Helen?
Say that again. Sorry, Kathy.
Oh, you can mute me. Could you do that for me?
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to do for the, yeah.
There we go. Okay, cool. So, that was lovely. And I tell you what really resonated for me in that was the fact that what I realized through the talk was that my heart is just on fire right now. And that is something really lovely. And I know that what that means for me is that it gives me that clue, because sometimes when I'm trying to work through something, I can tune into that and I can feel there's something stuck there and it's not open. And that's when I'm like, okay, if I act now, I'm not acting from an open heart. So let me just sit and feel until I feel that soften, and then I can, and that's a lot of how I know when my flow is. And yeah, I love that debate between who's gonna be in charge in that moment. And sometimes you just got to get up and run. And other times the body says just lie down and stay still. And that's the bit that I was never very good at listening to, because it's so much easier to get to move and get things done rather than really listen and tune into what your body wants. So that's a great learning. So here we go. Beautiful gift for all of us today to have this Holy Love One experience. And no matter how many times you receive this experience, it will be different every time and it will heal you just as much. And that's a wonderful thing about it. So with these experiences, this is a good time for you to get comfortable in your space. And to, you can play some music if you like. You can mute yourself, turn off your video camera when you're ready. And what will happen is I'm going to guide you on a meditation, and then I'm going to stop talking and just leave you in the energy while the Reiki does its own work. So those of you that really already know Holy Fire know this is exactly how it works. And the Reiki energy will guide you. That holy love with the Holy Fire will guide you on the experience you're meant to have. And it may just be relaxing and deeply blissful to lie still for a minute, or you may have more of a journey experience, but it will always be exactly what it is that you need to receive in this moment. This is your permission to do your feminine thing and lie down and receive, let your body completely go. So as I'm talking, you can begin to get comfortable, and when you're happy and you're settled and you're ready, just turn off your camera so I know that you're there. And then when we're complete, I will call you back. And this is your time now. As you lie back and begin to tune in to your own frequency, taking yourself into your body, giving yourself that permission to lie down and to receive. Allow the breath to begin to flow. Feel the flow of the breath moving through your body. Wherever it touches, it gently softens and you become more aware of the sensations within your own body. At this point, let's just welcome in the Holy Fire Reiki energy. Allow that to flow through your crown, gently through your face and head, down into your throat and into your heart. And as the Reiki lands there, give yourself permission to allow that sense of ease to become part of your experience. Surrender to the Reiki, knowing that you are now in exactly the right place for you, so your body can experience and receive everything that it came here to do. Gently giving yourself permission to step aside, to get out of your way. Gently speaking to that masculine aspect who works so hard to do everything that you are drawn to do. Activating that mental, emotional symbol at this point. And the power symbol too. To empower the Reiki. To allow those shadows to reveal themselves in gentle, beautiful ways. That give you that permission to absorb and receive the Reiki and healing and nurturing and love that your body, mind and soul need so deeply today. Feel the energy now beginning to flow down that right-hand side of your body. Feel the relaxation, the letting go, the relief as the Reiki meets you where you're at and supports you through the threshold into something that aligns more perfectly with the coherence that your whole spirit, mind and body are capable of. Feel those symbols with the Reiki moving through your arms, your leg on that right hand side, through your fingers, organs on that right hand side of your body. Feel how your digestive system, your hind gut receive your love. Feel which parts of your body is showing up for you in this moment on that right hand side. Which ones have been working to meet your demands, the demands that you saw in life. And just surrender everything to Reiki. And feel the energy connect with and begin to flow down that left-hand side of your body, awakening all those beautiful feminine aspects that hold you, nurture you, love you. And remember how to love so, so deeply, to support yourself, to nourish yourself. And feel how that cool energy just gently licks and heals the wounds of overactivity and overexertion, permitting rest to receive. allowing all that is yours to come to you. And in your mind's eye, as those channels begin to join and ignite down that central meridian, activating that perfect way for you. The flow naturally taking its own course. In your mind's eye, you can allow yourself to settle in a beautiful forest where the sun is shining. You're walking with ease through the trees, noticing the plants and the flowers, any animals that are present, and the lifeblood of that forest, singing all around you. And with every step, you can feel the life force of the forest flowing up through the soles of your feet, softening, allowing, and rejuvenating you. And as you walk, the trees begin to thin out, and the path opens up to reveal a beautiful river before you. The river is pure and clear, and it flows down from the highest mountains, sacred waters. And this is the river of peace. And as the waters flow by, you feel that gentle vibration, the flow and the ease of the river as it finds its own path, gently soothing. You walk beside it, experiencing that sense of contentment, flooding gently through your body. Up ahead, you can see there's a bend where the river turns a path slightly different, and there's a pool of water there. You notice the surface is slightly rippled, where the wind is gently moving it. The light is shining down from the sun. It's creating beautiful sparks of light to dance and jump in every direction. And as you approach, these sparks of light begin to enter your body. And they move through you, filling you up. You realize this is no ordinary light. This is the light of holy love. It knows you intimately. The light connects directly with your soul, gifting you with a beautiful, warm and nurturing energy that gently begins to fill you up, touching all those parts. You need to feel and experience this unconditional, loving energy. The light of the holy love slowly fills you up until it's shining all around you, within you. And that light is guiding you now. Just follow your guidance. So you can stay in your experience for as long as you're guided. And when you're ready, just begin to bring some movement back to your body, gently allowing the focus to return to your eyes. And go really gentle on yourself as you bring yourself back into your space. Maybe take a little affirmation as you come back with that intention to offer yourself this gift every day in some small way. And as you gently find your way back, when we finish this experience, you may want to journal about anything that came up from you. Of course, you know, the other thing about this, we've recorded it and it's on YouTube, and we'll be sharing it across both Kathy and I's various channels in the next 24 hours. So you can always tune in if there was anything that particularly resonated for you, so that you can reflect and find your own peace and healing within that. And of course, you can receive the healing again too, if you would like to. So that's the beauty of Holy Fire Reiki, is that the Reiki flows continually. So we can just listen to a recording and receive the next upgrade that we're ready for when we want to. And you know, when you get really sensitive to Reiki, you'll notice if you tune in to different people who are offering Reiki or even talking about Reiki, you'll feel it coming through on their frequency. So that's also worth remembering. We can't always pick up on that if we're busy. So know that even when you are in one of your most busy periods due to whatever has created that for you, for yourself, that just tuning in and doing 5 minutes of Reiki can be incredibly powerful. And just the things that you listen to and read can also shape that. And remember that anything that is heart-led will always lead you back to your center. So the real key message from today is that we don't need to work hard to meet Reiki. We can simply open our hearts and receive. So I'm just going to see if Kathy has any closing comments, and then I'm going to tell you all about our upcoming retreat that Kathy and I are on together in Deerfield, Wisconsin, as part of my LRMT mentorship. Kathy, anything from you before we close out?
You know, my gratitude. It was beautiful. I gotta tell you, after I was relaxing a little bit, again, my mind stopped racing. I'm outside and all these birds came in. I do have a lot of birds, but they actually started coming in and they were perching on, there's two birds that were perching on my little porch here. And it was just beautiful. And I felt the energy. And as soon as my heart opened up a little bit more, just to share, then the birds came in.
Mm-hmm.
And it was beautiful. And it was the experience. So I just want to keep on saying, keep your hearts open as much as you can. It will protect you. You don't, some people like, no, if I close my heart, I'm going to be protected. No, that's just your mind tricking you. It doesn't know any better. Keep your hearts open. There's a lot of intelligence in your hearts. And after you go and start trusting a little more, it gives it more power. So trust yourselves. Trust your hearts, trust your minds. I'm not saying your mind's not bad. You know, it's a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing. It helps direct and it helps keep you safe, or try to, you know. So, you know, bring those awareness and both of them to put them together as one, you know. Let you have your solar plex help with that. Give it that energy that needs to give that harmony a little bit more. And give yourself grace when you see it happening. Like, oh no, my mind's overgone, or my heart's just way over stimulated. Allow yourself to have grace. Allow yourself to feel what's going on, the emotion that's going on, the thoughts that are going on. And when you give it that grace, that little space of grace, magic happens. You start trusting yourself a little more and giving yourself that forgiveness, like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, blah, 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 blah. It's an experience. When you become aware of it, then you could choose if you want to redo that experience, right? Or not. But if you don't put awareness in it and you don't put love into it, you're probably going to keep on repeating it, maybe. So that's all I got. Thank you so much, Helen, for all the beautiful energy. I loved it. So, and thank you guys for coming and joining us. And remember, energy is constant. So the video will continue to work today and 5 years from now. All right.
Thank you, Kathy. That's very heartwarming, and I could feel the emotion in that, because there's so many things that we meet on a daily basis that cause us to question and step into fear. You know, you do not have to look far outside your garden to meet a fearful demand on your energy. And so your heart will always guide you into the place to meet that with the best possible outcome for you. And when you have the
Beautiful.
best possible outcome that's heart-led, it will be the best possible outcome for everybody in that situation. And that's the truth of the Reiki path. And so thank you, Kathy. You put that so beautifully, and I felt my heart even happier to open even more from that experience. That was really powerful. So thank you. And yeah, keep allowing Reiki in and trusting in yourself. So Kathy and I are getting together in person for the first time. No, sorry, we have met in Sedona. So we say we're actually
Yeah, that's
intending
good.
to meet first intentional time in Wisconsin on the from the 25th to the 27th of August for our special Reiki Master co-teach of 3 days. So I think there are some people who are already joining us. Well, there's definitely some people joining us. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
Kim might be there, was she, for that one as well? But there's some people who are definitely on board and coming along to that. And we're still welcoming more. So that will be a really special time to be together in person. And I know we're just going to learn loads. And that's the beautiful thing. Over those 3 days, there is always so much that happens. So I look
yes.
forward to that.
I can't wait for you to come visit. I just can't wait. All my gardens and all my trees are like, ooh, Magic Lady's coming too. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I'm so
Uh,
excited to spend time with you in person and teach with you in person because we taught Reiki 1 and 2, but it was online,
yeah.
which is fine. Absolutely awesome. But I like the hug. So,
It worked
I can't get
beautifully.
my hug from you.
And I
Yeah, it's
just
going to
haven't
be
had
beautiful.
one of the Kathy hugs since I've known you in this as my mentor. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. No, there's
I'm
nothing like
looking for
it.
my
The
hug.
online is such a beautiful experience. Like even
Yeah.
today, the heart connection here has been awesome. So
Yeah.
thank you all for coming with your open hearts because you can really, really feel that. Such coherence occurs. But yeah, there's just nothing like the touch of human. Reiki is the light touch, and that touch is deeply, deeply
Yeah.
healing. So
Very
wonderful.
much.
So thank you all for joining. And if you have any questions, please reach out. Kathy and I love this. This is our heart's joy is to do this and to share Reiki and any wisdom and just to be a reflective space for anybody to share with what's going on for them. So thank you. And we'll see you next time. We've got more of these talks planned throughout 2027.
Yep, sure do.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very much. And if you have any topics, let us know that you want
Yeah.
us to talk about. All right.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everybody.